Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel. Thank you so much for coming to watch today's video. I want to thank every one of you who took your time to subscribe to my channel. It's been a very long time I posted. It's been over 2 months now, but I'm back and I promise to be posting at least once a week. I thank you so much for those of you that took your time to watch my videos. I read all your comments. Those that are against the video that I posted, it is well, because we are the one that are wearing the shoes and we know where it pinches. So the reason why I made that video, you cannot understand at all, because we are the one facing what we are facing here in terms of looking for house, and we're not seeing it, and no one is giving us house. So you will not understand how I felt in making that video. Okay, but nevertheless, we all have our opinion, so I respect your opinion and I expect you to respect mine as well. So let's continue today's video, but before then, if it is your first time here, please subscribe and show me some love. Okay, so what would you do if you find out that the children you took Nigeria and abandoned there are back to Italy through Italian embassy without your knowledge? What would be your reactions? Leave your comment down below. I really want us to discuss on this issue, because many parents are losing their children because of their own ignorance, because of their own stupidity, and because of their own selfishness. It's true that social are collecting so many children in this country, but it's not totally their fault. I will blame so many parents for what is happening in their children's life, and that is the reason behind today's video, the reasons why your children might not be there at your old age. You don't have to blame anybody when this thing happened, because you are reaping what you sow from your young age and from your own selfishness. Let me just start from what happened last month about two teenagers that came back from Nigeria. I wouldn't say teenagers, because one is 18 and one is 19. Two brothers, okay, a boy and a girl, so they are brothers. So it happened that they traveled to Nigeria last year, December. I can say that they were deceived to Nigeria, because when they got to Nigeria after Christmas, the parents came back to Italy and abandoned those children there, and their reason was they were becoming too westernized. They were becoming too eye-open. Their eyes were opened. The boy is becoming so wise, while the girl is dating Oyibo, because they want her to marry a Nigerian person. Okay, I just don't know how you will give birth to children in Europe, and still after 19 years of their life, after they live all their life abroad, you still want them, you still choose for them who to marry, or who to engage with, or who to date, or who to do that, blah blah blah. So it happened that these children were abandoned there, and I don't know how they managed, because it was actually the second time they are visiting Nigeria since they were born. So like I said, I don't know how they managed, but they got to Italian embassy in Nigeria. They explained how they were abandoned, and through the Italian embassy, they are back to Italy last month, February. The most shocking part of it is that they came back, but they refused to go back to their parents' house. So when they got back to Italy, the girl contacted the mom, because according to the story, the mom was against them leaving the children there. But you know, now, as a good wife, she obeyed her husband and allowed the children to remain there, while they came back with the remaining 3 children. The girl has always dreamed about becoming an engineer. So she finished secondary school about a year ago. So they've been on it since, disturbing that she wants to go to the university to study, but the parents are saying, we don't have money to send you to the university. It's time for you and your brother to start caring for us, because we've done our best bringing you to this point of education. And I'm like, is it not our duties as parents to train our children to the university? You can't tell me that you are in Nigeria. This place, you have the opportunities to train the children to any level of the education they want. But I find out that so many people are dropping out of school after secondary school education. I am talking about my Nigerian people, because things I'm saying here are about Nigerians. I don't know about other people, Ghana, Senegal, Togo. I don't know about, I don't know anything about them. So the ones I'm talking about is something that pertaining to my own country. So the main reason why they refused to go back was that the girl said they won't allow her to further her education, because they've been singing to her ears that it's time for you people to start caring for us. We've done our best, we've done our, and you know that the children born here are wise. Okay, they are wise. They are so wise. The new generation children, especially the ones that were born abroad, I mean, their mentality, their sense, their brain is like that of 40 years person in Africa. Okay, if you think you are playing your children by going to Africa to dump them, thinking that they will not find their way back, except if that child doesn't want to come back. Apart from these two people that I'm talking about, 2018, the same thing happened. 3 people, 2 out of those 3 that knew their way, they came back, and the same thing happened. When they came back, they refused to go back to their parents. Tell me, how will these children grow up tomorrow and know that they have parents somewhere with all the things they are facing? How will they take care of you tomorrow? I'm saying this because we have so many Nigerian parents that gave birth to children, all in the name of them taking care of them tomorrow, especially for those of you that did not work for your pension. Because we have so many of them here. They are here for 30 years, but tomorrow when they get old, they don't even have €1 pension, because they refuse to work for their pension when they were young. Here I see someone that has been here for over 30 years, and in that 30 years of stay here, he has only worked for 5 years. And we all know that in Italy, the pension age for men is 67 years or 65 years, while the women are 62. So tell me, if after 30 years of stay in abroad, you could not even secure a pension for yourself, and you are there treating your children this way, and you want them to grow up tomorrow and cater for you, I am sorry for you, but you lost it. You lost it completely. Many of us Nigerians have this idea of training, producing children for them to become our ATM card tomorrow when we are old. Even though it's not supposed to be like that, because as a parent, it's our duty to cater for our children through the university levels. But I can see that many Nigerians don't care about children's school after secondary school, because they just believe that after secondary school, you should go and get married, start making money for us, start making this one for us. So in my previous video, someone was actually asking me, how many of our children did you see in the Italian universities? And my response to you is, how can your children be at the Italian universities if you, as a parent, did not register them at the university? How do you want them to get there? Go to the Italian school today. A lot of people from Togo are there. A lot of people from Cameroon, because these are the 2 countries that I know that are really into school. When it comes to school, Togolese, Cameroonians, they are doing so well in the Italian universities today. And if you must know, Italian school is regarded as one of the best in the whole world. If you don't know, go and Google it. No be me talking. Go to Google. They will tell you Italian school is one of the best in the whole world. That is why when you study here and you travel to another place, you don't even need to go to extra school for you to start what you read in school here. Unlike other countries where you will school, you will come and they will still ask you to go and do extra school. It's not like that here. I was even thinking that the boy is going to go back, but the boy also refused. He said that, number one, they will not allow him to pursue his dream. This is someone that wants to go into music. So apart from these stories that I'm telling you now, there are so many other stories, okay? I don't know, many of you might have come across this story that is trending on YouTube and on Facebook about one man named Chinedu who traveled to Nigeria with his wife and 2 children, 2 boys. These boys are just so tender. If I'm not mistaken, from the way they are looking, you will see that they are either 10 or 12 years or 8 and 10 years, because they are just too small. These are their pictures. They are all on social media. For those of you that want to see it, go on Facebook, go on YouTube, go and search Chinedu that abandoned his family in Nigeria. So abandoned his family, and the wife came out crying out that she and the children, they want to come back to Spain. So from the look of things, it's like human rights are now trying to help them get back to Spain. And in this situation, she might come back and might not want to stay with the man. So what happened there? What will happen after that? Or maybe eventually they didn't come back to this place. Or maybe if they come back and the children will still have that thing at the back of their mind, being abandoned by the person they called their father. If at all you want to leave your family or your children in Nigeria, it's something that you people should sit down and talk about. You can't just make that decision as a man. Deceiving them to Nigeria and all of a sudden you seize all their documents, because this is the case of this particular woman that I'm talking about that based in Spain with her 2 children. He collected all their documents, came back to Spain. The money that the government is giving to these children, he is the one collecting everything now. Maybe he will manage to send 100 or 200 euro every month. What happened to the rest of the money? Then tomorrow you tell the children that they don't have money to go back to school. They don't have money. You don't have money to train them at the university. For goodness sake, governments are paying these children every month. At least for those of us that are based in Italy, governments are paying our children. And one thing I like about Oyibo is that those money paid to these children are being saved for these children. Oyibo, at the age of 14 years, they open account for their children, be putting money in there every month. But our own is to be building mansions in Nigeria. A mansion you did not talk to your children about if tomorrow they are going to be settling down there. What is really happening? What is happening? Honestly, when I saw that woman, when I saw the story of that woman that was crying, that came out crying on social media about how the husband abandoned her and the children in Nigeria, and I looked the face of those children, I felt so sorry for them. Because when they were asking them, you can see from their voice, you can hear from their voice, you can tell from their face that they want to come back to their friends. They want to come back to the school they are used to. They want to come back to the environment they are used to. But due to our own selfishness, because maybe he felt that if they are here, he will not be saving that money to build the mansion he wants to build for himself. Sometimes you just want to belong. You want to do things because others are doing it. And because of that, you deny your children the right of having so many things in life. And tomorrow you want them to be there to take care of you. I'm so sorry for those parents that do not have anything to call pension tomorrow. Because if things continue this way, I am so sorry that you are going to be left out. It's going to be too bad. Now, coming to the story of those 2 children, the 18 and the 19 years of age that I'm talking about. You see, I'm not saying you should not discipline your children, because I have 2 children. My daughter is going to be 18 next year by God's grace, and I have a son who is going to be 12 very soon. I discipline my children, but we Nigerians, we should learn to listen to our children. We should learn to pay attention to our children, because you see, in most African homes, children don't have a say. We are no longer in the 60s where you will talk and they will tell you, I am talking, you are talking, you have to keep quiet. I am talking, you are talking, that has ruined so many children. I am talking, you are talking, that still made so many children visiting a psychiatrist today. I am talking, you are talking, that made so people don't know their right from their wrong, even at their adult age. It surprises me when I see that even our parents in the 60s and the 70s are better than some of the parents of today. Okay, let me tell you something about my own children now. I have a daughter that is going to be 18 next year by God's grace. So what I do is that there are these 2 particular girls from her class that she's so in love with them. They love each other. So what they do is that the first time one of them came for a sleepover, let me tell you, whether you like it or not, the children that you are born here, they are going to be having a sleepover once in a while. 3 of them organized a sleepover in one of the girls' house. So what I did is that, I'm telling you because this might work for you, okay? Sometimes you have to trust your children. If you don't trust your children, who else do you expect to trust them? So what I did is that when my daughter told me that she would like to go for a sleepover in one of those girls' house, that they are organizing it turn by turn. So what I did is that I collected the girl's mother's number, because the girl left her mom number to my daughter, telling my daughter to give me the number to call her mom. So what I did is that I contacted this woman. I didn't know her before, okay? I contacted the mother. I talked to her about, is it true that they're coming for sleepover? She said yes, that her daughter has been singing to her ears all this while. If I agreed, I said, okay, but I would like to know the place myself. She said, no problem. So a day before the sleepover, I took my daughter. We went there. I drive my daughter to the place just to go and find out where they are living. At least I know the address. I know the name of the mom. I know the dad's name. So this thing I'm telling you is for you to know how to handle your children. I mean, your teenagers. This place is not like Nigeria, when children can go about visiting cousins, uncles, and so many people. It's just these schoolmates. Their schoolmates are only friends they have here. So allow your children to mix up. You see, there is this one thing that Italian Prime Minister Berlusconi said 2008 that still rings on my head up to today. He was practically telling all the immigrants, if you don't want your children to behave like the Westerners, if you don't want your children to behave like us, why then do you come to our country, give birth to children, and expect them to behave as people in Africa? If you don't want them to behave like us, kindly carry your load. Kindly go back to your country, give back to your children there, instead of coming here to be molesting children. This happened 2008 when some people were busy deleting their children because of the choices they were making. Some of them were getting married to people that are not their tribe. I don't want to mention the name of the people anyway, but it was really a lot going on then. So he came out on TV and said, if you don't want your children to behave like our children, please go back to your country, give back to your children there so they will behave like you, so that they will have your same mentality. You cannot come here and command children how to live their life. And I think I reasoned with him. Totally, I agree with him. So there was a day my daughter came back from school. She asked me, Mom, this was happening, let me just say, maybe 2 years ago. This happened 2 years ago. So she came back, she said, Mom, can I ask you for a favor? I said, what is it? She was like, can you please help me to support this particular girl so she can follow us to this place we are going. Their school was actually going for some place, and this trip costed just 32 euro, okay? But she felt so bad that one of her girlfriend in our class, a Nigerian person obviously, could not go for this outing, and this was not the first one. So she felt so sorry for the girl, because she said that the girl was telling her that every time they would not allow her to go anywhere with her classmate. They would tell her, if I times that 32 euro, you know how many food that 32 euro is going to buy at the supermarket. You know how many clothes that 32 euro is going to buy for you. So she felt bad that this girl was not going. I told her, there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. So the only thing I advise her to tell the girl is that maybe her parents don't have that money. But unfortunately, my daughter told me that this girl said that 2 of her parents are actually working. It's just that they don't want to give her those money. They don't like them messing around with people like that, going outing and all sorts of things. So another thing I want to say is that I had a serious argument with some group of people, let me just say, about a few days ago, concerning a trip that my daughter wants to make by July, August. I mean, their school organized a trip to another country, which is going to cost a lot of money, 1,200 euro to be precise. So these people actually thought I was crazy for wanting to send my daughter for this trip, because most of them were actually saying that 1,200 euro. If I add small money, I go buy land. If I add small money, do you know how many bags of cement I'm going to buy with that money? What most of us don't know is that all these trips that these children are going, especially our children that are in senior secondary school, if you don't know, let me tell you that most of these trips contribute in giving them a lot of credit, especially if your child is not doing well in school. Mine is doing great, to the glory of God. She's been doing great ever since she was in primary 1. So, but most of you that don't know, most of these trips that they are going to be doing, it contributes in giving them a lot of credit. Okay, so if your child has been having low score from school, most of these trips, like this particular one that my daughter's school organizes, they're actually going for work experience outside Italy, another country entirely. So it is called Scuola Alternanza Lavoro. For those of you that don't know, this is going to earn them a lot of credit, and it's going to contribute how well they do in school, because all these things are going to be coming as a mark. But some of you don't know this. So denying your children most of these things, making them to feel inferior in the presence of their classmates, this is very horrible. This is so horrible. Then tomorrow, maybe when you see that your child is being pushed apart, discriminated, or done all sorts of things to, then you start complaining, whereas you, the parents, are the one that started all these things. You are the one that started, so the other people are just helping you to finish what you started. Sometimes it's not all about money. I don't know why we Nigeria must see a bag of cement in every penny we make in this country. Why must you see a bag of cement in every money you make? Allow the children to live their life. Allow them to make their decisions. Of course, we will be there to guide them while they're making the decisions. If they cannot start making their own decision at the age of 19, 18, 19, I mean, they will grow up not having even self-esteem on themselves. And this is going to be a very bad situation. So what am I trying to say here? Have trust on your children. Trust them so that I'll be able to tell you anything. I am so proud of myself as a mom. We are proud of ourselves as a family. I'm not saying I'm the best mom in the world, but there is nothing today that my child does not tell me. And I am proud of that because I work towards it. I work towards it. Okay? There are some things, sometimes there are some things I do not even expect her to come and tell me, but she does. She do come to me to ask some questions. She do come to me to tell me things that I do not expect from her. Why? Because of the trust we have for each other. So what am I trying to say? Let me conclude this video. Please, I don't want it to be too long. Learn to trust your children. How you treat them today matters how they are going to treat you tomorrow, especially for those children born abroad. He who have ears, let him hear, okay? I think I'm going to stop this videos here, and I'm going to see you on my next one. Thank you. Bye. God bless everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye. Ciao.